You know what we haven't talked about over here on this channel? We have not really talked about the Vegas Nights podcast. I've put up a couple of samples that you can listen to. I'll see about trying to link them here somewhere on the screen or down in the description box below. But we got to talk about this because this was it was such a because it's honestly such an epic project that has kind of suffered a little bit because of the fact that all of the recording of it and the publishing of it and all of that, for the most part, it all took place while I was very heavily pregnant, and kind of the planning of it, I was sick as a dog and all of that, and so I really didn't give it like the energy and attention that I should have. You've heard me referring to like a super secret project or top secret project. The Vegas Nights podcast was one of those projects. The way it was born was me wanting to do something different. Like, I knew that I was going to be out, and I wanted to, like, kind of on my way out, do something that felt really different and really special. And what that something ended up being, after, talking to some of my friends, talking to my virtual assistant, and talking with the one and only Wesley Siobhan of Wesley Siobhan Productions, it ended up being a full cast narration for the Vegas Night series. I picked the Vegas Night series because they were so well received by the audience. Readers loved them, and so I knew that the audio audience would love them as well. And those stories are all really dynamic. They're intertwined, and so I knew that we'd be able to get this kind of carryover between projects, between the characters, that just lent itself to, I don't know, just this really full, really vibrant project. This element that's there of these skits that happen between each episode of the podcast. I couldn't remember where I had seen it before, where you saw, kind of going into the episode and coming out of the episode, you saw people kind of reacting to them. And I knew I had seen this on TV, and it was an ad. And it was like a HelloFresh ad or something like that, where they had these two women who were kind of watching the show along with us. Of course, it was scripted or whatever. And we saw their reactions to certain things that were happening in the episodes. Like, I think we got before the episode, after the episode, and then maybe a couple of like commercial breaks. And so I wanted to do that. And so I went through and I scripted these parts that happen, before and after the episodes, and we made sure to tell the actresses that performed that part, kind of just have fun with it, ad lib some if you want to, just have a good time with it. I think it's an element that's probably a little bit polarizing, and I totally get that. Everybody's not gonna like it. Some people are going to hate it. And that's okay. It's all part of, kind of the creation process of the art. And we were able to get all these new and different voices, especially, especially the voice of Denver. We have not been able to pin him down for anything else, but baby, when you hear him, he definitely played the hell out of Denver, like all of the emotion and the acting. And then, of course, Wesley and Winston and Jay Shawnee Michaels and Imana. Like, there's all these different people who are familiar to us, and we have these new voices as well that all just really delivered on their characters, and it's just so good. And so, if you're watching this, you may be wondering, okay, Vegas Nights podcast, where can I listen to it? Well, currently it is something that has been only for my patrons over on Patreon. But now that we are past their exclusivity period, where they've been able to listen to it, they've been able to digest it, and they've moved on, they're getting different exclusive content now. I'm moving into a place where I'm ready to make it available to the public, but I would like to still do something creative the way that I was able to do it with my patrons, versus just the standard of releasing an audiobook. And so I want to toss this to the audience. I want to know if you guys have any suggestions for any really cool ways that I can deliver this audio to you guys. Of course, this will have to be a premium product because it had a premium production. There were premium production costs involved with it, so it will have to be, it will have to be a paid product. But I'm very curious to know what is the method that you guys would be interested in something creative, something that isn't just the standard, making an audiobook available for sale, which honestly, it could end up being that. But I like trying new things. I like trying different things. And of course I have my ideas. We can put it on Spotify as a paid podcast. We can of course just put it out as an audiobook. Like, we have other options, but I'm curious to see what else might be out there that I'm just not thinking of. I'm honestly curious, and my ears are absolutely wide open. So if you are interested in listening to the Vegas Nights podcast and you have some interesting idea, even if you're like, no, CCJ, I'm classic audiobook. Just give me the audiobook. I want to know that too. So what's up? Let me know. As always, thank you for watching, and thank you for your input on this topic for me as well. And I'm looking forward to however we're gonna do this, because more of y'all need to hear this. More people need to hear this, and I'm ready to make it happen. All right, bye.